On special because we just covered that in the very beginning. What we are going to do is the two variations off of Jigoku Jime, the classic Jigoku Jime, and then one that's called Sosu Jime. Some people also call it the Gerbi because the Israeli world champion, I forget what her first name is, something Gerbi, actually used it a whole bunch until I think the IJF disqualified the actual usage of the technique. Which just goes to show you do anything really, really well, the IJF will make it illegal. So
what we're going to show you a little later, the Sosu Jime means the apron of the judo gi below your belt. That's the Sosu right there. You know, again, we've talked about this before, certainly at Welcome Mat. A great judo champion, Kasha Wazaki, would use this from time to time. And in one of his great books, I think called Fighting Judo, it's a hard to find book now, he shows Sosu Jime. And it's one of the few places that you'll see it pretty much, you know, instructed. So we're going to show you here today a little later. But we'll start with the hell strangle from this position, with a gi, with the jacket.
Okay. So hell strangle, I'm going to do it from this side and then that side. We're going to start with a kind of like a slightly offset north-south position.
Yeah, you're not in a straight line with his head when you start this. You don't want to be there. You want to be slightly off to the side, as you can see. Okay, everybody see the position? Okay.
Slightly at an angle. I also don't want to be right here, unless I think the guy's a complete fish, because almost nobody lets you reach through and get a hold of the gi. It also, if I reach through here, you notice how I have to rotate up to get it deep. When I'm over here, we can just grab and wrap, okay? When I was first training, this used to happen to me all the time with you and with Hekadon. Hekadon used to get me with this all the time. Not the choke, but he would always start here and I would think I was safe, and then all of a sudden he comes around and wraps it and I'm getting choked even before he's done anything. So that's the important part. You grab up high right behind the ear, okay? Get your thumb in there, drop your elbow, and rotate to the side, okay? Now that's the start of the choke. Jam your knee in, grab the belt, okay? Don't worry so much, oh, it has to be a perfect grip, just get a hold of the thing, okay? And then step over, hit your hip, and pull up on that belt. Okay? Get a hold of it. Rotate in, knee in the hole, grab the belt, step over the head, hit your hip, and pull.
Now, a variation, a guy in our club, Kenny Brink, used to be coached by John out at the Olympic Center. He will do the same thing, but instead of grabbing the belt, he'll often grab the near ankle and pull up, okay? Or the far ankle, whatever he can get, but he usually got the near ankle. So he'd come there and he'd grab with his left hand the near ankle and lift and catch it. So that's a good variation. Those all hurt, okay? Sean Watson, another guy who trained out with John, one of my guys, we're not going to do it too hard, but he would do what he called, I hope I don't offend anyone, the ass jack, okay? And he would come in and he would grab through the middle, grab what he could, okay? And as he was sitting through, he would lift the guy up like that, up that. And an interesting story, that very choke there, Sean did choke a guy cold with that from that position, and the guy was up in the air just like you saw Mike, and he just went limp. He was on top, and he just went limp, and the referee called pawn. It was a judo tournament, and that actually happened. So it's a very nasty choke. Yeah. It's, you know.
That's Sean's term for it, too.
Yeah, that was Sean's. Yeah, Sean Watson did name that, and if you know.
Scary, he's a cop now in Honolulu.
Yeah, he's a police officer, so, you know. So those are all variations, but the belt one is a good one to learn, and we show that as the basic way to do it. But those others are also there, too. So we want real quick again, Derek, so that everybody gets it. You notice how he's rolling, where Derek's knee points, that's where Mike's head goes. He goes in that direction.
Don't go back.
Do not fall backwards on your hips. That makes a very weak position. Like with the other no-gi version, it's a weak position. You don't want to do that. Okay. All right.
Hey, Derek, without stopping anything, if he posts up or jumps over, does he have the ability to do that?
Yeah, some people will try and do that, and that's where the belt comes in. Similarly to when you're doing a omoplata, okay, you know how you're getting wrist control, belt control, it's the same idea. He tries to kick, you use the belt to keep him down. If he does flip over, then you can just transition. Boom, catch, boom, he tries to. Okay, yeah, he was trying the whole time.
Pass out before he got over.
You know, you've got a pretty good control of the belt at that point. And again, that's another reason why I don't go back. If I go back, I lose complete control over his body position. Okay? Now, if you want to, and you're not comfortable using the belt, you can use the leg. Okay? Just like we did with the no-gi version. Okay? I'm going to loop through, stick that through. If I'm not going to use the belt, I'm just going to kind of post that arm there. As I come to the side, right? We're going to do that. And he was already tapping. Now, I'll still use the belt. Sometimes I'll throw the leg in there if I feel like it. But I figure if the belt's there, you might as well use it.
It's a great handle.
It's a great
You know.
handle. You know, that's one of the benefits of fighting in gi is you got all these extra handles. It's one of the reasons why, you know, I always laugh at people that say, well, I don't do gi, I only do no gi, or I only do gi, I don't do no gi because of X reason. And I'm like, it's the same thing. I mean, in one you've got more handles, so it's slightly easier, but the techniques are all the same thing. Fundamentally, we're talking about the same thing here. You just got more handles in one, that's it. So, that's my personal opinion.
All right, so let's try this, and we'll come back to Sosu Jime in a bit. This is Jigoku Jime, Hell Strangle, with the jacket or gi. The judo jacket. The wagi, as it is, the jacket.